Guys, listen. Before I get into the actual Chelsea video, okay, we have news from Arsenal. Exclusive. David Ornstein. He come out and said tensions boiled over in Arsenal training last Friday as David Luiz, ex-Chelsea legend, retirement home for Arsenal, hit Ceballos on nose with scratch, drawing blood. When squad returned Tuesday, both apologised and group have continued as normal. Arsenal will hope fighting spirits channeled positively. Can you imagine? And then obviously the player came out saying it's fake news, so he's calling David Ornstein fake. Look, regardless, that club, laughing stock. The fans, laughing stock. I'm going to be doing more reaction videos on their, videos as well. But guys, what's going on, guys? Well, watch us back again with another video for you guys. I hope you're all having a lovely day / evening. A very, very late upload. Had a very, very busy day. And I thought, you know what? I can't miss out this upload. Very important. Press conference was today on Thursday. Again, not on Friday. So I'm going to be speaking about that, give my predicted 11. And as always, if you guys enjoy my content and you want to help me out, smash that like button. Let's get at least, I'm not even going to ask for how many likes. You lot just keep smashing them. As it says around the screen, help out this channel, subscribe if you're new here, hit the notification, tune in daily, and make sure you comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each topic I speak about. So let's get straight into the press conference. As we know, Pulisic is not fit. Frank Lampard has confirmed. HAVERTZ isolation is over, which we also talked about from Simon Johnson the previous day, and that he's been training on his own. Thiago Silva has just landed in the UK, so he needs a break as well. So some of these players and other players are just returning back on Thursday, so they're probably not going to be featuring on Saturday. So we could see a very, very different lineup, of course. Now he talks about Mason Mount as one of the players who returns to Chelsea training this afternoon. And despite the workload he has for England and his club, Lampard's hopeful Mount is someone who can cope with it all. So we definitely know he's going to be featuring tomorrow. Most likely will be starting tomorrow. Well, by the time you guys see this, 10:30 PM UK time on Thursday. Some of you guys are going to watch it on Friday. So yeah, tomorrow is Saturday, 12:30 PM UK time. A very, very good timing, which Frank Lampard speaks about as well. He talks about on our game at Newcastle being so early on a Saturday. Lampard agrees scheduling lacks a common sense factor. Very, very good words for Frank Lampard there. He questions whether the 12:30 slot is needed this season, especially with internationals and for clubs playing in Europe. Now I just want to say, there's no internationals until March. Thank you, man. Honestly, I don't know how we get through these international breaks, but somehow we've got through it. Football, Premier League, Chelsea, they all come back. AFTV, expressions. I'm hoping for some losses, okay? I want to react to these videos again, if you know what I mean. You guys definitely like those as well. So yeah, I agree, man. 12:30, man. Going away to Newcastle, St. James Park, travelling as well. These guys have just come back from travelling. We're travelling again in this pandemic like this. Can you imagine? I don't know why we're playing 12:30. It should have been delayed, definitely. But hopefully, they fix that and, try and avoid that. I don't know why the Premier League and the FA care about so much money. Like, there is already money already in the game. Why are we pushing it so much to make it on TV and stuff like that, if you know what I mean? So, absolute crazy. Of course, on fans returning to the stadiums, Lampard says today's government comments on the subject are the most positive he has heard. So, I think, they're looking around, after December to see whether some fans can come back. Of course, with the social distancing between each other, not everyone can return. Season ticket holders, definitely for sure, and some members who have many, many points from last season. Most likely, that's how I think they'll be looking at it, of course. Lampard also talks about the 12:30 slot may be bad for this season, especially if numbers of injuries overall continue to go up, for not just for Chelsea but for everyone. He acknowledges his playing time at Newcastle, a very, very difficult game, and adds that Steve Bruce is a brilliant manager. And he also talks about Ben Chilwell. He hasn't seen him yet, but he's hopeful he'll be okay for this weekend. And he talks about Kurt Zouma, how important he has been in the air when defending. So that's everything that he's spoken about Chelsea today on Thursday. Some of you guys are going to be watching it tomorrow on Friday. But yeah, I just want to say a big up to everyone that's been supporting. And we're going to get straight into the predicted 11 now. What I think is going to happen against what I believe should have happened, okay? So what I think is going to happen is Mendy in goal, Reece James right back, Kurt Zouma centre back, Rudiger centre back, Ben Chilwell is going to play somehow, Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, Ziyech, I'll see some of your comments saying say it properly, but I'm going to try to say it properly now, and Timo Werner. That's what I think Frank Lampard will play. So I think Mason Mount will return back to the wing, in my opinion. Now, if it was me, I'd want Mason Mount in the midfield with Kovacic and Kante, and then Tammy Abraham up top, and maybe Timo Werner on the left wing, and then we can change it up during the game, and also make those subs needed for these guys to rest. So they can't play every single minute this season, if you know what I mean. So we need to be very, very careful. The reason why I believe Reece James should be starting on the right back is simply because he's on top form right now. He's on his hottest form in his Chelsea career, and for England as well. He's doing really, really well, and I want him to bring that back to Chelsea and get that, you know, winning mentality back again straight away, and continue. You hear that, like, back again, like, what's going on, guys? Watch us back again, like, you know what I mean? I want to see that week in, week out. Of course, we've got games. I think it was about 3 or 4 games in 11 days. So we need to think about these games. If Aspi starts, it's not an issue. Reece James will come on, and I think in the midweek, the opposite player will start that game. So I'm not too fast, but I think Reece James should start that right back position. Now, some of you guys saying, okay, if he starts right back, then Aspi should be left back, and then rest Ben Chilwell. That is a very, very good point. But sometimes, you know, we can't change when something is so good. You know what I mean? Like when you see Ben Chilwell left back, and then you see Thiago Silva, of course he needs to be rested, man. The guy's, you know, getting older and older. He cannot play every single game. He will be needed midweek, vital Champions League game, Thiago Silva. As we can play left back for sure. But if Ben Chilwell can play, I would like that, and then obviously come off a bit earlier for maybe someone like Aspi or even Emerson, and then change it to 5 at the back or something. We might see big changes like Emerson coming back, or Giroud starting, or, you know, something different basically that we haven't seen this season, because, you know, these games, you know, have been coming thick and fast, especially international break. Our players have been doing really, really well, and it's the first time I've seen our players do that well. Like all our midfielders that start most games have scored for their countries this international break, which is absolutely immense, because we want that form at Chelsea, of course. So I've gone with Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante in the middle, what I believe Lampard will do, because I think Mason Mount will play on the wing, and it's not because he's not good enough or anything. I just, you know, Frank Lampard speaking about him in press conference shows that he wants him to play when he can all the time, regardless if he deserves to play, regardless if he's out of position. He just wants him in that, you know, in that game, in that squad, playing that game for Chelsea Football Club. So if he's left wing, or if he's in the midfield, we have to support the guy. The guy's doing really, really well for England. He's done really well for Chelsea so far, and the criticism isn't his fault in terms of, you know, he's playing out of position. How can we, you know, determine someone's ability to be able to play in all these positions and make sure they play at their best? You know, it doesn't happen. Sometimes you might play really well, sometimes you just don't play that well. But if you play in the right position where he's meant to be playing, then you can talk about expectations, seeing it week in, week out per game. Okay, we have to be very, very fair in our criticism. But as I said, Mason Mount, a young guy, has grown into this team. I'm not going to say he's going to reach, you know, Frank Lampard's goals for Chelsea, but maybe for England he can at this rate, because he's doing really, really well, and I see a goal in him when he plays, if you know what I mean. Like, he might not play fantastic, he might be ghosting the entire game, but he'll get that one chance, and I believe eventually he'll get it right and score those goals that are needed in this team. So let's see with Mason Mount. Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech has to start, man. These guys are on fire. You know what I mean? Like Hakim Ziyech, when he plays, fresh air, man. It's just fresh. I love it. You know what I mean? I'm so confident with this player playing that I want to see him playing every single minute. But of course, the same with injuries. Do we risk these players? Like, he just come back, he's playing week in, week out for international and for Chelsea. Do we risk starting him straight away? Because Newcastle, okay, anything can happen in these games, okay? It's a tough game. It's one of our bogey teams. Our record at St James Park isn't perfect right now, okay? The last couple seasons, or maybe in the last 10 years, they've been like our Bournemouth, our Crystal Palaces. You know what I mean? Like one of those dodgy games that we might get a result and we might not get a result. So, Hakim Ziyech for me, he's just a special player, man. I'm sure to you guys he's a special player as well. But Timo Werner as well, club and country, scoring every single game. Obviously, except for the last game for Germany, where they got destroyed 6-0. I'm still trying to understand how that works, but maybe their manager needs to go as well, because it's been overdue for a very, very long time for him to go. But I'm sure Timo Werner will come back stronger. And even Tammy Abraham, you know, if Tammy Abraham starts, it's good enough. This guy, his goal contributions, even coming off the bench, or even starting the game, he's done really, really well. So basically what I'm trying to say is, overall, the mood, the morale of the Chelsea players, whether they start or not, is very, very high. And international break has just added that on, because they're doing really, really well. We're seeing goals, we're seeing clean sheets, we're seeing assists, we're seeing everything that we want to see at Chelsea. And this is why We must play the strongest team against Newcastle. It's an early kickoff. We can put pressure on the other teams to deliver points as well and drop points. So we maybe, go first place, second place in the Premier League with a win, of course. So guys, that's everything I want to be speaking about. Tomorrow I'll probably, talk about the international break, summarise everyone's performances, because usually press conferences are on Friday, but we'll take it from there. If you guys enjoy this content, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, hit the notification, tune in daily, and I'll see you guys soon, man. Peace. Take care.